All right. So, on today's episode of the Dotted Line podcast, we are going to be rating the current NBA players. I just want to get your take. We're going to be going through all these players. We're going to be rating them from S tier, All NBA, All Star, mid, and then obviously like nah, if they're trash, like we're gonna say it. So there's no filter, and let's get into it. Starting off,
For sure.
let's go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first one, your favorite player of all time, or your second favorite player of all time, Mr. AD on the Lakers. Where are we putting him?
Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis. So I obviously, AD has been struggling the past couple of seasons with injuries, but we saw a lot in last year's playoffs what AD can do,
Mm-hmm.
and he can just stay consistent. Then I think AD belongs in the S tier. To be honest with you,
S tier.
I believe AD's a franchise guy. Yeah,
Oh
which
my.
if you remember, the game plan for the Lakers was Anthony Davis takes over and
Uh-huh.
LeBron becomes the second option. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet.
Uh-huh.
But here's to hoping that AD can have a full, healthy, and consistent season.
So you're
Um,
saying AD with his injury proneness, his softness, the fact that he was crying and had to get pulled off on a wheelchair in that one playoff run, you're saying he's S tier. Like
Not right now. No, no, no. Definitely not right now. I'm saying he can be S tier. Right now, I
okay.
think he's just an All NBA level player.
You mean right here, right? All right,
Come
all
on,
right,
man. Don't
all right.
disrespect AD like this.
Okay, I'll put him in all NBA as well because
Yeah,
he's
I think
he's yeah,
just based off of his defense alone, he can be an All NBA player.
yeah.
Like, mhm.
And when he cooks, like on offense, like when he gets a good lob or like he's isoing whatever, he can cook on offense too. So yeah, I'll say all
Oh, for
NBA.
sure.
He's definitely like the next generation for the Lakers franchise. And so I
Mhm.
think if the team can somehow keep him healthy and with LeBron coaching him and everything, he definitely deserves all NBA.
100%.
Okay, let's go to the next guy. I think that's Anthony Edwards from the
Anthony
Timberwolves.
Edwards. Hey
So
man, I'm not gonna lie. Slowly but surely, Anthony Edwards is becoming like my favorite young player in the league.
yeah.
This dude is it, if you see him like off the court, he's so funny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, if you saw like the USA Team USA clips, like in practice, this dude is talking all sorts of shit. He dunked on Jared Jackson Jr. and said, "Jump, bro! Aren't you Defensive Player of the Year?" I was dying, bro.
And not only that,
Uh,
he seems like a really nice guy. I mean, I heard him talking about how NBA players always try to sit out, and he thinks like that's a bad thing. He thinks players should play because when people spend their hard earned money to go watch a game, and then their favorite player isn't even on the court, he understands like that can suck. He comes from like very humble roots, and so besides his basketball skills, he's just a good person overall. But
mhm,
let's
mhm.
let's
I
just
I
talk
like the
about.
fact that he's real. I like the
Mhm.
fact that he's real. Like there's no like polished like answers that he gives you. He just gives you what he's thinking, and I appreciate that. As of right now though, what do you think? I want to say that Ant in I would say a couple of years, he would be a franchise guy. He is the
Yes.
Timberwolves franchise guy, but I don't think he's there right now.
He's not there yet. Like he's still young. He's still maturing in the league, and he's still figuring out like what he's able to do on the court. So I think he's on his way there, 100%. Like we've seen him play. He's extremely talented. But the thing is, again, he lacks experience, which he will get. So for now, I'm willing to put him at all star level just because the way he played against, I think it was the Nuggets in the first round last season. Correct me if
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong, but that was some all star performance by him. Like he was really trying his hardest. I don't know what you
Yeah,
think.
he was. He
Okay.
was. Yeah, eight seed. It didn't matter that they were the eight seed. He was actually really trying.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree. I agree. He's all star level right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's on the come up.
And any comments that we get about he's not all star whatever, guys, this is our list. Okay, if you don't agree, leave it in the comments down below. But this is our list. Okay, so we can say what we want.
Exactly.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next player. What do you think about him,
Bam
Mister
Adebayo.
Adebayo? Yeah.
Mm.
Honestly, Adebayo, like he's mid. Like he was a
Yeah.
huge letdown.
Mm.
Like he's supposed to be the center for the Heat, and like I don't know, he's just mid. Like when I was seeing him play against the Nuggets, in the finals, he just didn't perform the way I think he was expected to. Um, like Jimmy Butler had to do everything. I feel like Adebayo would put up like a good, 15, 20 points, but like where he was really supposed to shine as like the second all-star for the Heat, he didn't bring that level of intensity or game action at all, in my opinion. I think Kevin Love was like doing just as good as him when they had to like have him switch to Joker. I think he did a better job at guarding Joker than Adebayo did. So like that says a lot about his capabilities as a defender. And I've seen him play offense. He's not the best offensive player. Sure, he can play the center role, but I think like at the current level, at what I've seen, he's mid. He's mid for sure.
I would agree. I feel like Jimmy Butler makes Bam look a lot better than he is. I might be wrong on that, but like still, it's just so in the first two playoff series against New York and against, I believe, yeah, so they played Milwaukee in the first round. Obviously, huge letdown. But that series, Jimmy was going crazy. He averaged like 40, right? So Bam got overshadowed there. And then even in the Knicks series, like it's just he was very inconsistent. Like he'd drop 21 game and just like disappear the next game.
Exactly.
So yeah, and obviously against the Nuggets he struggled. But I personally feel that Jimmy makes him look a lot better than he actually is. And the fact that I thought that Bam was going to be that secondary option, especially after Tyler Hero went out. I thought, okay, like that, this is Bam's chance to show off his offensive game and like what he's been working on. But still, it feels like if it's not inside like 15 feet, like Bam is really not an offensive threat out there. So yeah, for now, I would agree. He's
Leave
mid.
him at mid. Oh, now we have the Portland hero, Mr. Damian Lillard. Honestly, like
Hey,
if it was up to me, like come on, like I'm putting him right here. To be honest, like I get it, he can shoot the three, he can do all this, but like,
oh, for real?
like honestly, like he's washed. He's washed. He needs to go. He
You
needs to.
say
He
so?
needs.
Oh
He needs to
man.
retire.
I mean, he dropped 71 last season, bro. What do you mean he's washed?
Regular season player. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
I feel okay. So
Maybe it's the management
like
that hasn't been able to put a good roster around him. Sure, we can all make that
for
argument.
sure is that. It for sure is that. That's a factor. But also like at this point, Dame's getting in his own way. To be honest with you, like we heard that he was going to Miami at the end of last season. That deal still has not been finalized, like at all. And like I'm like. We get updates here and there, like, oh, they're close to making a deal, but at this point, I'm just tired, man. Like either do the deal or don't do the deal.
Yeah.
But I feel like no, I don't feel like Dame is washed yet. How old is this man? 32?
Like 33, I'm pretty sure.
33, right? Okay, so Dame still has like I would say couple of 3-4 years maybe of good offensive production left in him. Yeah, he's 32, going to be 33 next year. Yeah, so again, I don't think right now building a franchise around Dame is a good move. But yeah, he could definitely be a nice secondary. And on the Heat team, he actually fits much better than Tyler Hero. So for right now,
bro, no one wants him. No one wants him. He's an unwanted player. Okay, for as great as he is, no one's willing to pick him up. Explain that to me. Why is that?
I feel like no, I don't feel like no one wants him. I feel like Portland isn't willing to trade him for nothing, but because they waited too long. They waited way too long to trade this man, okay? And now they want, like, obviously this is their one franchise player, but now they want like everything in return for this one guy who's going on 33, and he's whatever team he goes to, he's not going to be the first option unless he goes to, like, I don't know, the Pacers or something. But he's not going to go there. He wants to win this late into his career. So it's kind of like you waited too long, and now your value went. Now you bought a new car, you wanted to sell it, you drove it too much, and now the value went down. Now you want everything in return for it, but you're not going to get it. I feel like that's the situation he's in. But I feel like he's still a solid all-star level player, to be honest with you.
Yeah, based on his skills as an NBA player, he's definitely like all-star level 100%. I'm even willing to say all NBA just because he's been with Portland for so long. It's just he lacks like the rings, and obviously now he's in this sticky situation where he wants to leave, but he's not really able to because Portland wants more than what he's worth, to be honest. But if we're saying all-star, I'm cool with that. would you, are we putting him above Edwards or below him? I would say
I
above.
mean, I mean, they're in. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I would say Dame is Dame's skill set is much more refined than Ant's, and
Mm-hmm.
like he can. Yeah, I feel like you can plug and play Dame
Yeah,
into different teams. Yeah, can't really do that with Ant yet.
yeah, he's getting there. Anthony Edwards. Yeah. Okay, next guy we have Mr. De'Aaron Fox, who I love as a player.
Mm.
He is freaking amazing, and you know,
Mm.
I his game 7 heroics against the Warriors last season was fucking amazing to watch. Like he had a broken finger and he was still dropping threes and twos. Like you should have seen the exchange between him and Steph. Like they were going against each other. Like it was like he would go
Mhm.
shoot a three, then Steph would come back and meet him, then he would go back hit like a fadeaway jumper, then Steph would go back hit like a crazy between the legs spin around layup. Like it was amazing to watch. So for me, like right now, De'Aaron Fox is all-star level. I would easily put him at all-star, and I would put him above Anthony Edwards. That's like an easy choice for me.
I'm not gonna lie. For the longest time, I thought like De'Aaron was just another just athletic player who's gonna rely on his athleticism and not
Mm,
develop anything.
mm-hmm.
I was a hater. All right, let me just be honest. I was a little bit of a hater. I'm like, oh, here's another fast guy who's gonna just rely on his athleticism to take him as far as like his athleticism lets him.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie, he worked a lot on his foul line, like his
jumper.
jumper or in the mid range is cash now.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
he was hitting every single one of those, and like I could literally see that he's serious. He's been putting in time,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that Sacramento had the run that they did with just a simple change of putting Sabonis at the 4 and just
Yeah.
having them play like a smaller lineup and run and gun style. Yeah, like I definitely would say he's all star level, maybe even all NBA, but we'll put him at all star for now.
Mm-hmm.
That team does need to get some defense though, because oh my god, they do not defend at all.
Right. Right.
Like they could not defend at all. Like this mainly one of the reasons that they lost that Golden State series was because like once Golden State figured it out after game 2, they
Mm-hmm.
had no answer. They
Mm-hmm.
dropped 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. They. I mean, we're gonna see what they do this season. It's gonna be fun to watch them. But anyways, getting on to the next guy. Your favorite player of all time, apparently, DeMar DeRozan.
Jamar is not my favorite player of all time, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
Uh
come on, give him his respect. You know.
Jamar. Of course, like legendary Raptor of all time. I wish we won the ring with him here, but like whatever happens. I feel like Demar's a little bit overrated now. I'll
Yeah,
be like
he's
fully honest
mid.
with you.
He's mid. 100%.
Mm, yeah. Like it's of course like a legendary mid-range shooter. Like any if late game situation, I would definitely give it one of the first people I'd give it to is Demar, because if you can create your own shot in the mid-range, that comes very handy in clutch
Mm-hmm.
situations.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I feel like and it's also not his fault because he went into a situation that was sort of unpredictable, and it's unfortunate like the Bulls haven't been the team that we all wanted them to be, because
Right.
when they started out in 2021 they were actually very fun to watch with Lonzo running the point. That was
Mm-hmm.
a very fun team to watch, but
But with
like
injuries,
over the last, yeah,
yeah,
with Lonzo's injury and then Caruso got injured, it's just like it's not looking good so far.
unfortunately.
Mm.
Okay, moving on. Devin Booker. I'm willing to put Devin Booker like pretty high up. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I like his play style. Obviously he can be a bit of a bitch sometimes, but like honestly, like he kind of he's I think he's all NBA. Like he's like up there. I mean, think about it like this, okay? So the Suns are up against the Nuggets, and they're the only team to actually take them. I think it was up to Game 7. Yeah, they're the only team to actually take them to the stretch in the entire playoffs run that the Nuggets had. They were the ones that
Mhm.
gave them the toughest challenge, and the reason for this is because Booker and obviously KD dropped like 40 each on the Nuggets like for a couple nights in a row. So I'm saying
Mhm.
based on his offense alone, like I'm willing to put him up there. What do you think?
Mm, I agree, except I actually think D-Book is S tier because
Hmm.
okay, so when you think about the Suns, who is their franchise guy to you? Do you think it's KD right now, or do you think it's Booker?
No,
Because
it's
to me, it's
Booker.
Booker.
It's Booker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me, it's Booker, and like it might sound a little insane right now. I felt like him and KD were like like neck and neck. Like
Yeah.
whatever KD was doing, D Book was doing as well.
Yeah.
So like yeah, and KD's well seasoned by this point.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like D Book is their franchise guy. Obviously,
Yeah.
they made their choice. They traded CP. They brought in KD and Bradley Beal. So we're gonna have to see this season. I personally think that D Book is S tier.
No, I'm with you on that. Like he's just been playing extremely well, and he's still like pretty young, so it's like he has a lot of good years ahead of him. I feel like, and he's not very injury prone either. So it's like overall he's like a really great player. So yeah, I'm willing to put him in S tier as well.
And it's
Next,
fun to watch his game.
yeah, it's silky smooth. You know, like his jumpers,
Yeah.
his layups, like everything. It's fun. Okay,
Mhm.
next guy, Sabonis. Sabonis.
Nah, nah.
Really? Come on. Just because you got stepped on one
Um,
time?
nah. Demontis, so, bro, it's just like
He's mid, let's be real.
to me, he's just like in the nah tier, bro. It's because he's great. He's good. He's good, right? It's
Uh-huh.
just like other than that pick and pop mid range jumper
You just don't like
and
the way he
that
plays. You just don't like the way he plays.
I sure if you want to say that, but it's just I feel like his offensive skill set is super limited, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not like he's a high caliber defensive player either.
Mm.
He's perfect for the Sacramento run and gun style that they want to do because like he can grab the rebound, push in transition, and all of that stuff. But it's just like I feel like his both of his offensive and defensive skill sets are limited.
Yeah.
He could be mid, yeah, but just like
Nah,
personally, I feel like no.
if we're going off of these caliber players, then yeah, he's not that. He's not all that.
Yeah, it's relative to the competition. If I'm being honest,
Mhm. Okay, next we got Spider. We got Spider, Mr. Cleveland, number 45. Where are we putting him?
D Mitch, bro. For the longest time, I was on the D Mitch is better than D Book and Anthony Edwards train. I was on that
Man.
train. Yeah, I thought like D Mitch was okay, mostly because I was a huge fan of D Wade, and this
Mhm.
guy reminded me of D Wade. So obviously, I let the bias get to me. I'm like, oh no, this guy is gonna be like insane. But it show okay. So when he lost in Utah, I blamed it on his environment. I'm like, bro, he has Rudy Gobert and Joe Ingles. Like
Mhm.
this is not like what D Mitch is capable of. He's capable of much better than this. But we saw how his inexperience in the playoffs like caught up when they faced off against the Knicks last year.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what
yeah,
I wanted to say.
mhm.
I wanted to say like
He's
them against the Knicks, the fact that the Knicks were able to take them down pretty easily says a lot.
easily.
Yeah, so I think
Mhm.
for now he's honestly like I would put him here. Like he's had some really good
Yeah,
games, but the fact that the Knicks were able to take the Cleveland the Cavaliers down, that's like it's kind of sad. I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't just like D Mitch's fault though. I feel like Evan Mobley also needs to expand his offensive game. I feel like he's lagging a bit behind. I think he's going to year 4 if I'm not mistaken, Mobley.
Mm,
So like it mostly depends on Mobley um go like improving his offensive game because they have rim protection 100%
they
with
do.
Mobley and with
Jared
Jared
Allen.
Allen and everything. Yeah, so if as soon as he improves his offensive game, this team will slowly improve as well because they need interior threats like
They do.
because Darius Garland like Donovan Mitchell is an interior threat but not like an elite rim finisher. He's not top tier rim finisher. So like they need inside pressure. I'm willing to put him at all star, but yeah, mid is close enough, I guess. But high mid, low all star though. Like I would
Okay.
say he's better than
Okay.
Bam, better than
Put him at the top of
Demar.
mid.
All of
Okay, I
it.
agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's easy for me. This next one, like it's that's so easy.
Really,
Easy, that's easy. I think Giannis.
really, Mister
Yes,
First Round exit.
Listen,
Really?
listen. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, there are injuries. Okay, injuries happen, but I still think Giannis is the best player on the planet right now. Okay,
Mm,
the reason they
mm,
weren't doing so good is the Bucks weren't doing so good is because the other players, the others, right? Like Drew Holiday, he's getting old. What's the Middleton? He's like, I don't even know what happened to him. He's not the same Middleton that we saw from their
yeah.
finals run. He's just washed.
Hmm.
But then when
Hmm.
Giannis is on the court, like there's no one that can stop him. No one can like uh, peak his athleticism, his ability to finish around the basket, his like defense too. His defensive game is like crazy. So even though they had a first round exit, I understand, but as a singular player, he's easily S tier in my book. I mean, come on,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
up there.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I'm just playing, by the way, guys. Like, he's not running dunk man. He's still like in the conversation, if not the best player in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like on both ends of the court, because to me, the best player does it on both ends, and Giannis can
Exactly,
definitely do it on both ends, 100%.
exactly.
I just hope that I'm finally glad that he came out and said if there's a better situation, he'll move there, because he did seem like the loyal, I will stick to one franchise type of guy.
Yeah,
But if the Bucks are not going to be competitive, which honestly I feel like with this core, Drew, Milton, and Giannis, they have maybe 2 years tops left
yeah.
to make a couple of finals runs. If not, then the Bucks really need to look into retooling the roster, getting Giannis like some elite help around the perimeter, some shooting and all of that. But yeah, for now, 100%, he's an S tier player, no questions about it.
I just hope it doesn't end up like a Portland situation where they're unwilling to trade him, but they're also unwilling to surround him with the pieces that he needs. I feel like with the Bucks, he was able to succeed so well in the first place just because he had the pieces around him that he needed in order to do well. But now that we're seeing these other players get older and their value is slowly decreasing, I feel it's going to be a bit harder for them to rebuild around him. But we'll see. I
Mm.
mean, maybe they have another good year in them. Anyways, next player. Who even is this? I don't even know who this player is.
It's John Morant.
Oh, that's Morant. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I couldn't even tell. He's
Mhm.
okay. Besides all the allegations he's had, let's not get into it because we don't want to get demonetized, right? But
Yeah.
John Morant, like he's all NBA. Yeah,
100%,
he's
100%.
all
I
NBA.
feel like if this man just stayed out of his own way, bro, like, and this might be a hot take, Ja has the potential to be like the next face of the league.
Yeah,
All right, like, yeah, because obviously we have this stigma with making international players the face of a American National Basketball Association, but I feel like out of a lot of players in the league, Ja has the potential to be the next face of the league. It's just if this young man just stayed out of his
yeah.
own way, it's yeah,
Because
it would be yeah.
he's genuinely talented. He's a great finisher. He can his defense is extremely good. He has the pieces he needs on his team to for a deep run. I just don't understand why he keeps getting distracted by these other things that are just like taking him away from his path. But okay,
Mhm,
John Morant,
mhm,
all NBA, we're agreeing on that. Next guy. Oh,
mhm.
I have so much to say about James Harden. Literally,
Oh man.
honestly, like I'm willing to put him down here, but that's just my bias kicking in, to be honest.
To,
Like,
to be honest, okay, he was not bad during Philly's last playoff run.
mm,
I'll be honest. Like Embiid went out for like the first two games of the series against the Celtics, I believe. Harden scored 45 in game one.
he
They got
did.
the win in the Garden, right? So he still has these flashes, and I would be content with putting him at even like an all-star level still, but except for the fact of what he pulled during the offseason, the fact that he first, I believe, requested or not requested, but he was leading towards getting a trade, and then he came out and said, "Oh, Daryl Morey's a liar. I'll never be part of whatever
Uh-huh.
organization." But dude literally played most of his career for Daryl Morey in
Yeah.
Houston, and then after that as well. So, and he came to Philadelphia because he wanted to be under Daryl Morey. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was one of the main reasons that
Mhm.
Harden accepted the trade to Philly was because Daryl Morey was there. But then you go out publicly publicly, I feel like he aired out his dirty laundry in the public.
Yeah, that
And
was
like,
wrong. That was
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. As much as he might have done you wrong, that this was a conversation in for the meeting room behind closed doors. I feel
Mhm.
like he shouldn't have, aired this out. So,
He's
wh-
like the Kanye of the basketball world, you know? That's what
yeah.
he reminds me of, like with these public like videos that he's posting. What is this guy doing? You know, he's supposed to be a professional, but just based on his skill alone, and not on his whole personality, I think he's easily above De'Aaron Fox in All Star level. I would say you can put him right
100%.
here.
He can still be a very solid secondary option.
hmm Okay, let's do these next two together because I think right in my opinion right now these two are like a piece. You need both of them in order to have some
Mhm.
level of success. So Tatum
Well,
and Brown.
you need Tatum, and then you need Jalen Brown's right hand, not left.
That's a good point because man cannot go
Yeah.
left. But okay,
Wait, I actually have a question for you before we do this, right? So, do you think that the Celtics, because okay, you only have so much space for supermaxes in the league. Like, supermaxes are reserved for like the most elite players, which Jalen Brown is an elite player. But do you think it'll create problems or friction in the locker room? The fact that they gave Jalen Brown a supermax and Tatum is due, I believe, in 2 years for a new deal, if I'm not wrong.
oh
Maybe
100
maybe the
100% is going to create issues. But here's the
Mhm.
thing, you can't worry about 2 years from now. You just got to worry about the next season, and they made the right choice by signing Jalen Brown because they need him and they need Tatum both. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what Tatum decides to do in 2 years from now, whether he decides whether they give him a supermax contract as well, or if he decides to go somewhere else. But for now, they made the right choice by signing Jalen Brown, making sure he stays with the Celtics because they need him. Okay.
Mm.
So for the short term, yes, right choice. For the long term, I'm not too sure because they're going to be having conversations in the locker room. You know, Tatum's going to be feeling like, oh, I thought I was the best player on the team, and now why is this other guy who's supposed to be my like support or like my backup kind of in a way? Why is he all of a sudden getting the supermax? Like he's going to feel underappreciated. So you bring up a good point. It might be a situation where the Celtics thrive and they both get what they want out of it and they end up continuing on their path that they've been on, which has been, by the way, very successful so far. They've made some great runs. It's just obviously
They
they're
have, they
lacking.
have.
Mhm.
hmm
They made some really good runs, and now I think they're bringing in Porzingis. Is that correct? They
They are
signed.
bringing in Porzingis. They traded Marcus Smart. They're bringing in Porzingis. Their biggest weakness, I would say, has been on the interior because like their best option inside was Robert Williams, and like let's just hope that Porzingis isn't another like 7'3" like 4 man, or like just like a run around like step back three type of dude. It's just
Right.
like that. That's not what they need. Tatum and Brown are very skilled on the perimeter.
Mhm.
They need interior threats if they're gonna like. I feel like that's what is holding them
Exactly.
back.
If they have someone on the interior like Porzingis who can create gravity
hmm
on the offensive end, then it really opens up a lot of opportunities for Tatum and Brown. Um, in that they won't have to be doing these ISO plays where they just ISO, 5 dribbles and they go for a weird shot. Now they'll have someone on the interior that they can either pass to or they can get an inbound pass to the rim, or someone that can draw a defender in so that one of them can get a jumper off. Right? There's a lot of opportunities here by having this new 7'3" player. Honestly, it doesn't matter if he's good or not. He's 7'3". He can defend. So like, it's gonna be good for this
Yeah,
team.
rim
So
protection. Yeah, so that like when because like whenever Robert Williams got off the floor last year and in the previous years, it was like they were exposed. Like
mhm.
they were, yeah. So like they need someone else in there. So the Porzingis signing overall is pretty good. For now, though, I would say that for sure, I believe Jalen Brown is the S tier player. Um, improving every season,
S tier,
and like
even
I would
even
no, sorry, not Jalen Brown. Oh my god, I misspoke. I mean
Tatum, right?
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yes.
is.
I mean Tatum. Yeah, he like Ja, he has the potential to be the face of the league.
And I think Brown right now is all star. If he can figure out his left hand, then I would be willing to put him up like up here. But for now,
His left hand.
his left, like, come on, you're in the NBA, you're getting paid millions of dollars, bro. Just get a coach, you know, someone that can help you out. So I'm putting him here for now, to be honest, because that was
All
like
right.
that was like a big weakness. Okay, here we go. Next guy, we have the New York Knicks. I forget his name, even though he was on my favorite team a couple seasons ago, Dallas Mavericks. Now he's on the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. There we go. Yes, Jalen Brunson is
Mm.
really good. I can't lie. I mean,
Bro, my biggest like, bro, the Mavericks really let this man go over
Mhm.
like, I think what was it, like $5-6 million? I think
Yeah,
like
that
they
was
really
stupid.
let this man go over $5-6 million, bro. Like the Luca was doing everything before Jalen Brunson came
Hmm.
in, and like they just like removed the option that gave them their only Western Conference Finals run.
Hmm.
Like I feel like the Mavericks management for the most part is very good, but like this like that was like a stupid move in my opinion, and we
Yeah,
can see what he's doing in New York.
yeah. They removed one of their best offensive pieces, and they got rid of all their uh, defensive pieces as well. They removed Dinwiddie. They removed I forget his name, the other defensive piece that they
Dorian
traded,
Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith, and they also got rid of Brunson. And they didn't get much value back. They got Kyrie for sure, but they lost a lot of chemistry as well. But hey, we still got to see what that new configuration with Luka and Kyrie is able to generate. But for now, I'm willing to
Mhm.
say Jalen Brunson is easily all-star level, and I'm willing to put him above De'Aaron Fox, maybe even
Mhm.
Harden.
Mhm.
Could have a conversation about Harden. I don't know.
Yeah, 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 100%. I feel like right now he's more productive than Harden in
And
general.
he's very consistent. He can get a bucket when it's really needed. Okay, next
Mhm.
guy, Jimmy Butler. I love this guy. He's S tier for me.
S tier, S
Yeah.
tier. Come on, man. It's
Enough
that
said.
that's Jimmy buckets right there.
Enough
Yeah.
said. Enough said. He single-handedly took his roster of plumbers and contract 1 week contract players to the finals. Who else is capable of doing that besides him?
Yeah, made them look good. Made them look
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, single-handedly.
Yeah.
Hero was out. Oladipo went out. Yeah, like he backpacked this team, man. Like
Yeah.
and yeah, like it just I've never seen another player in my years of watching the NBA that does not take the regular season seriously at all. Maybe Kawhi, but like Kawhi is
No,
still
no.
yeah, but like yeah, this dude like the playoffs come around and he's just like yeah, I'm just a 99 overall, you know.
Yeah. It's actually staggering how much better he is in the playoffs compared to the regular season. Like, he does not care at all. It's hilarious.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, we have our favorite regular season player, Mr. Joel Embiid, Mr.
Embiid.
MVP. Honestly,
Oh man.
he's good, but just like, I don't know if he's all-star level. he,
He's
he
definitely all-star, all NBA level. It's
he's the league
just
MVP. I think he should be all NBA, but it's just so
he's
disappointing.
definitely
It's so
it
disappointing.
I don't know, man. It's just like Embiid like what really bothered me was his exit conference, like exit post game interview after the second round loss last time. It was just like, oh, like it's just me and like he said something along the lines of it's just me and James Harden out here, which really like I was like, what do you mean it's just you and James Harden out there? Like like you're throwing your teammates under the bus. In my opinion,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? The same teammates that helped you get that MVP, you kind of threw them under the bus.
Yeah, that was wrong of him, especially as someone that's supposed to be the leader of the organization of his team. That was a very like selfish and honestly
Mm.
dirty thing to say about his teammates, because I don't think any one of them would put the blame all on him. So
No, as a leader, you just don't do that, right? Like Braun doesn't go and say, "Oh, like it was just me and AD out there," you know. Like he's never said that. Most of the league leading anyone we have in S tier, right, has never thrown their teammates under the bus
hmm.
ever,
Hmm.
ever. Like doesn't matter what frustrations came. Like that's what makes a good leader. That's what makes a franchise player.
I agree. I agree. Okay, Mr. Kawhi, the one of the biggest Clippers what
Mm.
ifs. If he was just healthy, if he was healthy, he would be S tier. But the fact that he's like
100%.
never healthy, I'm still willing to put him in S tier. It's just he just has to be healthy. And I think this season that we're gonna see, Paul George is gonna be healthy, Kawhi is gonna be healthy. It's gonna be interesting to see how they play. But for
It's
now,
gotta be.
it's gonna be like S tier, right? Yeah.
I would say Kawhi still S tier. Like as
Mhm.
much as like the whole load management thing is brought up and everything, he's still an elite player. It's just unfortunate that he's had to step out in the middle of the Sun series last year. I do believe it was for a personal reason. I think like his sister was facing criminal charges, so that's completely understood. But
Mhm.
it's just unfortunate that like because it was super exciting to see Kawhi play. He was going crazy the first two games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
He
it's just
was.
yeah, I would like to see more of him on the court because like especially like next season because I believe the Clippers are building a new arena. So next season is the last one where they're going to be playing in the crypto.com arena. So I want to see before this saga ends, I want to see like an LA versus LA sort of like
Yeah.
rivalry, if you will.
That would be
Yeah, I
so
feel
fun to
like,
watch. Yeah.
yeah, because AD and PG, they're not really gonna go at it, but I want to see Braun and Kawhi go at it.
Yeah, I want to see that rivalry again because we saw that one
Mhm.
rivalry when Kawhi was on the Spurs and then I think LeBron was in the Heat. And then they
It
were
wasn't like yeah, it was just like he was bothering LeBron, so I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, like he's one of the only players that's been able to guard like some of the elites like LeBron, like Giannis, KD, like Embiid. He's actually able to guard them effectively.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's like on the defensive end, he's insane, and on the offensive end, he's like really, really good. So when he's healthy, he's easily top five if
Easily,
everything's right.
easily. Hmm.
Okay.
It wasn't too long ago when people were saying he's the best player in the league after he won the
Mhm.
title. So,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
All right,
Up next, Mr. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, Mr. KD. He is I don't know because offensively, there's no doubt about it. He's incredible. It's just defensively, how much value does he really bring to a team? Of course, he's
Mm,
tall, he's long, but his defensive IQ doesn't always. I don't. Are there any? There's not that many KD highlights of him, doing some defensive magic, right? It's only his offense that's really good. So I think KD right now, he's not the face of the Suns. He's not the face of
no.
any team. So I think he's not S tier level. I think he's all
Mm-mm.
NBA. All NBA.
It's it's sort of because obviously his production has gone down from back when he was in Golden State. But the thing is, like the quality is still very similar. It's just he's if you pull it up, he's played less and less games. I believe last season he played like 55 games, something like that, right? So like at this point in his career, he is injury prone. Still a very high caliber player, like nonetheless can still change the outlook of any team he's on. But it's just like
So
I
so last season he played 47 games.
47 games, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
even less than like less than 55. So that's what I mean. Like it's if you are the caliber of player that KD is, then I feel like yes, the quality is there, but you also need to like focus on changing maybe changing his routine now so that he can keep be healthy during the whole season and into the playoffs.
But here's the thing. He averaged in the 2022 season, he averaged 29 points, 6.7
Hmm.
rebounds, and 5 assists last
Hmm.
season.
No,
So
no,
that's
that's what I mean. His quality is still there. It's just it needs to be for um for most of the season now. Like
mm,
for 47 games is obviously excellent, but it's still 47 games. He wasn't available for the rest.
And now we're gonna see
Yeah,
with the new NBA rules that force players to play more games. We're gonna see how he handles that.
exactly.
Okay, next
Hmm.
player, Kyrie Irving. Or
Kyrie.
listen, I love watching this guy play. I love the way he finishes around the rim. It's just magical.
Hmm.
But I think he is lacking on the defensive end. I could be wrong. I could be wrong
Mm,
here.
Kyrie, I mean, Kyrie's never been like an S tier defender anyway, but I feel like like he's getting older, so now relying on him on the defensive end isn't the best option anyway. But I still feel like Kyrie is very productive on any team that he goes on, and he,
Mhm.
like his still to this day his ability to play bigger than he is, if you know what I mean. Like
Yes,
he's
yes.
6'3", yeah, but he plays like he's 6'7", 6'8". So
Right.
that's a unique skill set. I haven't seen that yet in the
Mhm.
league. Like Steph approaches it from a different angle, but like Kyrie's ability is very unique. So I still think that, what would you say, all NBA, all
Yeah,
star?
I'll put him all NBA. I think he's better than
Mhm.
all the players in All Star. So yeah, all NBA. Okay,
Yeah, I would say so
the
as
next
well.
guy, Mr. Markkinen, right?
Mr. Lowry Markkinen.
He's All Star. He's an easy All Star for me. I wouldn't put him in all
Yeah,
NBA.
yeah, for sure. I no, he's not at the same level as Kai and AD and all of them, but all star, eh?
Would you put him in mid? Because I honestly I haven't seen too much
I
of his gameplay.
If there was a tier between all star and mid, Markkinen would be there.
So
He
put
was an
him.
all star last season.
So let's put him at the top of mid.
High
Top
mid, low,
top of mid
high mid.
or bottom of All Star. We can put him here or here. I think top of mid suits him better based on the players that are in mid. Yeah, I think that
I
makes
would say
sense.
so.
Okay, now my beautiful, scrumptious, delicious chocolate
Oh
goat,
my God, here you go again,
LeBron.
bro. LeBron. Okay. LeBron going into season 21. Yeah, season 21. Okay. So this is tough, bro, because he's clearly not. Nah. Let's not. Too much dick
Okay,
suck. Too much
okay,
dick suck.
okay.
So, uh, Braun. Would you say
Okay,
Braun's top 10 still?
let's be real. Let's be real. He was the only one really trying on that Lakers team against the Nuggets. Everyone
Mm,
else, I don't know what happened. AD kind of shut off. LeBron dropped like, I don't know, what was it, like 30 points in the first half in like game 4
yeah.
against them. So
It was like
I'm
40, 10, and 9.
it was insane. Like how is he doing this at what is his age? Like
Mm.
36, 37? It's crazy.
He's 38 right now. Yeah, it's
38.
crazy.
This guy's an
Yeah,
old man and he's still dropping these numbers. So
on one foot too. Like
mm,
he had an injury.
yeah.
Um,
Like he gets injured and he's still able to play. So I'm willing to put him just based on his IQ, his coaching, his veteran status, and everything else, top of All Star, or even
damn.
even even All NBA. Like
Okay.
I think he's better than Kyrie. I think he's better than Irving. If I'm being completely honest.
Uh,
I know you want to
mm,
put him up here. I know you want to put him up here.
no. I wasn't thinking S tier. I was definitely thinking all NBA because like
Okay.
as productive as he is, like age is showing.
Right. Right.
So he can't turn it on all the time like he used to. Like
Yeah.
before, Braun would just be coasting, and then like game gets serious, he just, all right, give me the ball, it's over. Right now, I feel like it's
He's
harder for
slowed
him to
down.
do that. Yeah, he's slowed down, which is normal. He has like more miles on his body than some cars.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, I would put him like S tier. Sorry, not S tier. All NBA above. I would say he's above like KD and Kyrie though, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's interesting because KD dropped like 30. His season average was pretty good compared to LeBron's.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have
No,
to consider.
Braun dropped like 30. No,
Let me check.
last season Braun dropped 30. No, I swear he averaged like 29 or something. It was like 20, 28, 29. His regular
Yes.
season average.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 28.
28.9, 8 rebounds, 6. So it's actually he had better stats than
Yeah.
KD. So
Mhm.
okay. All right, next player we have generational talent, the Slovenian, right? Slovenian basketball god Luka Doncic himself.
Bro, come on, man. That's the best player I've ever seen with my own two eyes. That come on, bro. We love Luca, bro. Uh
Yeah. Yeah.
Luca. Luca.
He's
I
S
want
tier for
Luca to
me.
be the face of the league so bad. For whatever
I know,
reason, I
right?
feel like this guy is the perfect face of the league. Right? Like, of
Yeah.
course, yeah, of course Jokic is up there, but it's just like Jokic is a little bit too nonchalant for me. You know what I mean?
I feel like
With
Luka loves the
Luca,
game
like,
more. He loves the game more.
yeah. Or at least he expresses the fact that he's obsessed about the game more. I don't like the fact that he talks shit, yo.
Yeah, honestly. That's like the main thing. Like that series against the Suns where he was going, everybody tough when they're everybody talking shit. Everyone's tough when they're up. That was like a legendary quote. And then he proceeded to
Exactly.
destroy them in Game 7. So he has that mentality that like is very rare to come by, and not all players have it. But basically, when he gets pissed off, he gets better. That's like it makes him really fun to watch.
That's a Mamba mentality right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to put him in S tier. Okay, next guy, Jokic, easy S tier. Right, based on his last season, come on, easy S tier. No one was able to stop him.
Yeah. Best big in the league, obviously. Who the hell is this?
This is
that Pascal?
That's Siakam, yeah.
Pascal.
Honestly.
Spicy P. Spicy P. Okay.
I'm sorry, he's mid.
Bro, last season was just partially because of Fred, but it was just like I did not see. I didn't see. You know what I mean? Like leaps in Pascal's game. I feel like he's topped out. Just me personally.
I mean, although he was averaging 24 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 5.8 assists last season.
Solid, very solid. But it's just like like I feel like his ceiling is sort of reached, if you will. I don't know if you agree with that, but how old is he? 27? 28?
He is. I'm not sure actually. How old is this guy? He is 28. Yes, he's currently 28.
He's 28. Okay, middle of his prime. He's a 20. He's perennially gonna be a 20, at least a 23 to 26 point per game scorer. Very solid secondary option right now, but it's just like he cannot he can't be a franchise guy, obviously. I'm willing to put him at All-Star.
Yeah, I will change honest. After looking at some of his stats and like the fact that he's only 28. I would say he's better than I'll put him at All-Star, like this level. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would say he's within that tier. PG.
Honestly, like PG is like okay, he's good, but I've seen so many game winners shot over his head top. It's actually funny.
There's a compilation.
There's literally a 20-minute compilation of just game winners being shot over him. So, but other than that, like he's All-Star. He's an All-Star.
I'm a little bit biased, because like I love PG's game. I feel like he has like the smoothest game in the league, in my opinion. Yeah, he doesn't force it. Like it just looks very fluid and everything. That's just based on aesthetics, but just
if we're going off stats, 23.8 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, 5.1 assists per game, and he's 32. So
he's 32. Yeah, but he's a very elite defender as well. One of the more elite perimeter defenders in the league. Where you put him at All-Star, yeah?
For now,
put him at All-Star with I would say
he's not dropping OKC numbers anymore, but he's still extremely good on the defensive end. So I'll put him in All-Star.
Yeah, very effective too. Very effective game too.
Okay, next take, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We saw him play. We saw him play for Canada in the World Cup or FIBA Cup or whatever, and he did extremely well. And honestly, just based on the way he's playing right now, and let's look at his stats. SGA, like I'm willing to put him up there. Yeah,
I'm willing to put him up there. Maybe not S tier. I feel like franchise guy. He could be the franchise guy, to be honest with you, bro.
31 points, 4.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and he's only 24. He is a generational talent.
He is.
But the thing is his scoring only based on his athleticism, or does he actually have talent where he's able to score effectively without using too much energy?
No, SGA is very crafty. If you've seen like his shot creation is very good. He still needs to learn how to distribute properly if he used to be like a franchise guy, but like he definitely has the potential in my opinion. But here's the thing. With OKC, I don't know how Chet is gonna look yet because he was obviously injured last season. So depending on how Chet looks, I feel like OKC might be SGA's team I don't
Yeah,
know if you
I
like
think
what you
so.
think about that.
I think he's the face of OKC right now, so I'm willing to put him in All NBA just because of the fact that he represents that franchise and he does a really good
Hmm.
job at 24 of representing that franchise. To be honest, so I'm putting him
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Next
I believe he
player,
was All NBA first team as well
right,
last
right.
this previous season.
There you go. Okay, now we're gonna talk about Steph Curry. Steph Chef Curry. He's easily S tier. Come on,
The
he
chef,
is
bro. Come on.
he is
Yes,
above
100%.
Giannis. He's right there in my book.
Hmm.
Like he is just playing the best basketball he's ever played. I mean, his ability to create gravity and the fact that he's always running is something that's not talked about a lot. He is literally always running. His conditioning is extremely good. He's able to run around the entire perimeter, catch the ball, pass it, run around two defenders, catch the ball again, shoot it in like half a second, and it goes in like
Hmm.
nothing. He makes his 3 point
Hmm.
shot look so like easy. Like you see other players take their shot, they take like an eternity compared to how long Steph does. So just based on that, his ability to score and the fact that he's a veteran and like his gravity creates so much opportunities for the rest of his team to score. Like look at the way he made Poole and he makes Draymond Green look like an all-star player. Like he's that good. So he's easily
Hmm.
S tier in my book just because of the way he redefined the game.
Hmm. I would agree. I'd agree. Um, let's all right. Let's move on.
Yep,
Trey Young.
Trey Young.
Trey Young. I'm honestly a little bit sort of because I haven't been watching the Hawks very closely.
Okay.
I watched them in 2021 when they made their playoff run. Trey, ob- I feel like for the rest of his career, Trey is gonna be a defensive liability. But
But he is a really good floor distributor. He averages 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 10 assists last season. So
mm,
as a point guard, right? As a point guard, you have to admit he's doing pretty decent. And he's only, what, how old is he? He's 24, so we can still see a lot of growth from him. Is he all-star level? I would say definitely is. He's definitely all-star level with with the points he's averaging, the score he's averaging. So I can say right now he just needs some more defensive pieces put around him because you're right, he does lack on the defensive end. But like any other
yeah.
team, if you can build around that, then you can cover up
Mhm.
those deficiencies.
Yeah, the reason I'm hesitating is because like you're always gonna have to hide him on defense because they're gonna attack Trey the same way they attack Steph, but that's why Steph put on muscle
Mm-hmm.
so he can at least hold his own to some point. I feel like Trey needs to go through some of those stages in order to be at least presentable on the defensive end. So when they hunt him, he's able to at least hold his own enough to the point where when help arrives, like he's okay. But yeah, for now I'll agree. I'll start.
Okay.
Um,
Who is this? Bradley
Next up,
Beal?
Mr. Tyrese.
Oh,
No, it's
Tyrese
Mr. Tyrese
Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Okay, yes.
Bro, I love Tyrese. I'm not gonna lie. I love Tyrese's game.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Whew, well, like just like I feel like he's like an S tier level passer. Like his I believe he was leading the league in assists last season, or like he was to a certain point. Yeah, 10.4 assists last season.
Mm-hmm.
With how many? Yeah, only 2.5 turnovers. That's a very good ratio
That
in
is
my
really
book.
good.
Like one to like 4 assists to 1 turnover. That's Chris Paul level. To me, Tyrese is gonna be sort of like this, um, like a like a bigger like a bigger CP3, but
Yeah.
not really. He doesn't really play like CP3. He plays his own style, obviously, but like and his shot is very unconventional. If
Mm-hmm.
you want me to be honest, but like I really like his energy and the way that he approaches the game. I feel like Indiana has a good starting point. It's a good thing that they offered him that max deal as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyrese right now from
I mean, he does his
he's
job as a point guard and he's
he
averaging
does.
a good amount of points, good assists. But the question is, what is his defense like? Because I don't really I haven't watched many of his games. What is he like on the defensive end? Is he lacking there?
Spotty. It's spotty,
Mm,
inconsistent right now. For that reason, I'm willing to put him at a high All Star level. Right, I
okay.
feel like he's in that tier of
For now,
he's more similar to those players than he is to Kyrie, Braun, and AD in them.
yeah.
He's not there yet, but yeah.
And finally, last but not least, Mr. Zion, the biggest what if in the
Oh
NBA.
man,
Dude,
yeah
listen, can I just
man.
say one thing? When
Go
Zion
ahead.
is playing, that team becomes like a first seed almost. It's crazy how much better they are when he's on the floor. And that
They
just,
were the first seed last season.
yeah, for a reason. He's extreme.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. And he's especially on the defensive end, he can really control the floor. So, but again, it comes down to how much he plays and if he's when he's healthy and all these other factors besides just his abilities as an athlete, right? Is he crafty? Is he just like a big guy that's strong? Like what do we think of Zion currently?
But I still feel like Zion is like a franchise player. It's just like health, man. Like health, like the biggest worry before him coming into the league was his health, and unfortunately, that's what's become true. And also, it's not helping the fact that he's sort of getting in his own way with all of the social media stuff.
True.
But
Yep.
right now, like the Pelicans have the potential to be the best team in the Western Conference if Zion's on the floor consistently, along with Brandon Ingram's progress as a player, the fact that they have Jose Alvarado now, the fact that their pieces are great. I think did they lose Herbert Jones? I think they lost Herbert Jones in the offseason. They'll have to make up for it. To be honest, this is the only one which I'm not sure about because I want to rank him high, and obviously I want everyone to be healthy. I want to see the most parity in the league so that
Hmm.
there's most competition and stuff. But this is the only one that I'm not sure about, to be honest with you.
I think he's definitely all NBA level. He definitely represents that franchise. But it depends on
Hmm.
when he's healthy or not. That's the main thing. But other than that, yeah, he's all NBA level just based on what he brings to his organization. But anyways,
Hmm.
are we satisfied with this list? Any changes you want to
Well,
make? You think anyone should be higher or
now
lower?
now that I'm looking at it, to be honest, I think we kind of did D Mitch a little bit dirty. Um,
Uh-huh.
I kind of think we did D Mitch a little bit dirty because I don't think Harden's a tier above D Mitch. I feel like D Mitch is still
Really?
like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't feel that Harden's like, especially if Harden's in the All Star tier,
So then
then
let's bring him down.
I would say that's the only adjustment that I'm looking at, bringing Harden down and putting up D Mitch in the All Star tier.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm with you on that.
Every,
Looking at all
yeah.
the players here, he's definitely on this and this level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say so.
All right.
Other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
this.
this is our tier list heading into next season. Please leave your thoughts, comments, whatever you might. If you dislike it, go ahead. If you like it, go ahead. Doesn't really matter. But let us know how you feel.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. So like and subscribe. Take care and peace.